So here we have Vikas. He's a content creator. His goal is to create infographic videos on a consistent basis. But the problem is that he doesn't understand so many numbers. It takes him a lot of time to create charts, and he doesn't have animation expertise. And as you can see, he's just bewildered and not sure how to go about that. And that's where comes Genie. Let's dive right into it. And Vikas gets a script which has a lot of numbers. As you can see at the first glance, it looks extremely baffling. So he goes on and wants to see how it can actually help him create something he can use for his videos. Okay, so here we go. We have a chart which tells us how AI startups have been evolving since 2010. We can see a clear jump 2020 onwards when generative AI came into the picture, ChatGPT. But Vikas wants to experiment a bit. So maybe line chart is not something that he's very interested in. So he comes here, changes the chart type, he gets a beautiful looking area chart, and he also plays a bit with the colors. He goes to different themes of colors. He goes to maybe a vibrant color would look better, or maybe a pastel would look much better. Goes back, he goes to vertical bar chart, and yeah, this looks interesting. Now you can see there are a bunch of animations here, right? So you can go here and just change it to something much more interesting. So maybe this one, or how about this one, right? This looks interesting. Or you can go to maybe a pie chart, and maybe some other animation style here. Perhaps this one. This looks much cool. Can you see that wiggle in the end? So while he was quite impressed with this, he also had one more project where he had to do some research on the GPU manufacturer, but he doesn't have data for it. So he says that, okay, let me see if this tool can help him research as well. So he goes here, profit of top five chip manufacturers year over year in the last 7 years. Oh, that's a lot of data. So we have these five chip manufacturers, and for each of them, we can see year on year how their profits have been growing. I think there are too many numbers here, so let me just hide the labels. Yeah, this looks cleaner, but he wants to get a better sense out of it. So he discovers something very interesting. He sees this racing bar. So he's curious, and what he sees here is amazing. You can see just like time on year, he's able to see these charts moving and actually showing who is the winner year on year. Let's do it again. Intel leading, right? And then 2021 it was Samsung, and then TSMC. Right, this is cool. So while he was playing with this, he suddenly realized that this data he wanted for a client called as Genie. So he sees it as an option to create a custom color palette. Right. So right now I created one color palette which is based on the theme of this Genie itself, but you can create your own custom color palette for your own brand. Let's see if this creates something very different. Let's select this. Wow, this looks very much aligned with the tool itself, isn't it? Well, let's check this out. Let's check this area chart. Interesting, right? While the colors are adjusted, he wants to create it for a client who uses a different theme, who uses more of a coding platform. So he goes here to this font selection, and he first tries out with something very bold, very glamorous. So he goes ahead and tries with this font, and as you can see, the fonts have changed all over. But the readability is not something that he preferred. So he goes here again, and then he adds a custom font. So for example, Jet Green's Mono, which is the default font in IntelliJ IDEA. He adds that font, and now you see this font is much more interesting, right? And once he's done, he can of course go here, export the video. It will be a web exported format. And here we go. Let's play this. Okay, that's it, folks. See you next time.